And we are live, and we have Autumn as a special guest tonight from Black and Orange Tarot.
Hello, everyone.
We're just going to give you back Gab for a minute, let the notifications go out. I just wanted to thank everyone for their condolences on Friday for Shelley and for lighting a candle for her. You guys were so sweet. And thank you for not bombarding me with emails. And thank you to all the people I had to reschedule personal readings for. I can't read for a couple of days when I've lost one of my cats. All the transition cards come up. But I'm ready to have a little fun tonight. Lighten things up a little bit. Artie's here. Boo Boo's and Kitty was here earlier.
Oh, he's on my lap. He's right here.
Lucy was in there, Bubbies.
He ran out, so he'll be banging on the door here in a little bit when he realizes he has to come back in.
He'll come in when it's knock knock subpoena time. He always does.
So, Johnie, did you want to show them your card? Did you want to do that now?
So, will it focus this time? So, I did a reading earlier on, well, backstory. So, the CPAC convention, they had a stage shaped like a Nazi room, and they had a golden calf at the front of the idol shaped like Donald Trump at the front of the place. So you can go in and, you know, worship and then go in and do whatever you were going to do. I guess do a couple lines in the back with Don Jr. or something. I don't know. And so after that, I did a reading on if the stage design was intentional and the whole golden calf thing. And I pulled this card. And on the card is a golden calf. So that was yes. And there's Mike Pence, and the cross is on the ground in the dirt, like he didn't really care anymore.
Mike Pence, the silky guy, not accepting the golden calf.
Good old idolatry. So that was my confirmation that yes, it was intentional.
So let's start there with the golden calf, big golden big boy. It was a painted over boy to look like Trump. What do the religious GOP constituents think of the golden calf? Oh, I gotta be Artie.
Oh no, Artie, you're getting shuffled around, you little menace. What does the conservative GOP think of the golden Trump?
Yeah, the constituents.
We share a country with these people. Jesus Christ.
I had a banner flying, excuse me, flying over, welcome insurrectionists.
This
is only YouTube.
My neighbor is a Trump supporter.
God bless him.
When it was a woman, she had a Women for Trump sign in her front yard.
That's when you need to go get a dog so it can pee on it every day. Thank you, Marie.
As I have to walk past her smoking Black and Miles every day, whatever she's smoking.
I love it. We're asking about what's the GOP constituents, and I got that moral compass up right on the bottom.
Well, I got their moral compass too. It's called the devil. So there's. Oh. We were having a conversation beforehand where me and Becca were discussing whether or not they know or don't want to know. And I can blame them because they're grown. and you should know better at this point, especially some of these people are like 3 times our age. So they should definitely know. But the devil is very cunning. That's his superpower, right? He's supposed to be able to lure you into. So the Prince of Pentacles, which is the Knight of Pentacles, is with the devil. So they don't realize. It's kind of like you can stand in the middle of a Nazi crowd and not realize it's a Nazi crowd. You can stand in the middle of the Klan rally, and because they have red hats instead of white hoods, you don't realize that's where you are. Because they don't bother to find out. And so I can blame them, or I can just say, I think they're just under the spell like this.
Or Johnie, they can show up at an insurrection and be there physically and be like, no, it wasn't us, it was Antifa.
In their goofy, stupid mind, they thought they were doing the right thing. Like, what kind of, I don't want to know what kind of drugs you're on because I don't do drugs, but please stop doing them. If you're drinking, you should drink more. I don't know what's happening. It's just.
What'd you get, Autumn?
Basically, what I got here was something that was actually said directly to me by a Trump supporter when I before the election, where way back, the first time I voted, I was in Louisiana, and I was able to vote against David Duke. He was running for governor. And all over Baton Rouge, there were these bumper stickers that said, vote for the crook. It's important, because it was a runoff, and the person he was up against he was a crook, but he wasn't a former Grand Wizard of the Ku Klux Klan. Mm-hmm. So it was vote for the crook. It's important. This Trump supporter said to me, it's important because no matter how bad Trump is, if Biden gets in, we are headed for a totalitarian state. It's a whole bunch of, it's bad, but it'll be worse. It'll be worse. So I got the Kool-Aid drinkers right in the middle, and the emotional Kool-Aid drinkers. Yep, there we go. And for now, it's their whole world. It is seriously their whole world. And here, please take our money. Take it. You are the emperor. And it's just they love the insult to injury, the lies he's telling against the big bad Biden, and it's just they're fine with it. They're fine with it because the bigger threat. However, I am getting in the future, they're not going to like when all the legal stuff starts coming down on Trump. They're not going to like it so much. So it's like, all right, well.
Technology Clips and Sean Mueller. What'd you get, Becca?
I got snake, clover, house, fish. Lying about a win to his base. However, how did they feel about the golden Trump statue? Nothing wrong with it. We won. We're his base. There's an abundance of us. There's the majority of us. We are the majority. You see what I'm saying? Ultimately, they're comfortable. Totally comfortable with it. It's not even a thing. That's what I'm getting about how they felt about the golden idolatry Trump statue. Thank you, Susan.
Yeah, I get they're strong and they're like-minded. They think that the votes were shifted against Trump. They're willing to give any money, and this is the good news card with the fish in the cup. It's like they're secure, they're staying there. They think he's out because there was a manipulation in the election. He's their hero, and that's that.
Didn't somebody at CPAC come out and say that no, the election was legit? Like one of the speakers at the CPAC had to come out and say, no, nobody stole the election. It is what it is. He lost.
I missed that. All I saw was
I've heard both.
Cameraman.
It was
I've heard there was at least one person who said that, but I've seen the video of someone else saying absolutely it was stolen.
well, and Trump himself today was going on and on about how it was stolen. Ted Cruz was talking about Orlando's weather is nice, but Cancun is nicer. What do Texans think of Ted Cruz now?
You know, we did a read-in last week, and we asked about the knucklehead and was like, is this a story that goes away in 7 days, or does it get worse for him? I think that the way our news works and the way people's mindset is, once out of sight, out of mind, once nobody starts talking about it, yes, Texans will know because, you know, they still have a $10,000 light bill. But, you know, he gets to travel the country and still be, you know, skeevy Ted Cruz. But when you get on stage and put it back in the news, that's like a page out of the OJ book. Like, what if I did do it? What if you shut up and stop talking about it? Like, Ted Cruz, what is wrong with you, Cancun? You shouldn't even know the word Cancun no more. I can't even pronounce it.
I'm surprised he didn't talk about his little poodle snowflake while he was at it.
I know.
So are they going to vote him out? Let's ask it that way. Are they going to vote him out? What are they thinking? They had no power. People were dying, and he's off to Cancun.
I didn't see Trump today at his speech. Are we gonna have to burn another flag, you know, from him fondling it? So we have to like just take it out back and
we were laughing earlier, Autumn, before you came in. I said, you know, they took the flag, they took the term patriots. We got to get all those back. And now, oh man, that's it.
That's it. That's it.
And now they've taken YMCA, which was kind of, you know, in the 80s. I had a lot of gay friends. I worked in retail, and I used to go out. I was a fag hag. Okay, so I went out dancing with my gay friends all the time. And YMCA was a gay anthem back in the late 70s, 80s, whatever it came out. I'm like, do they not realize?
Because there's a history to where, like, the YMCA back in the day was the safe place. That's where they could go and not be ridiculed. You have to know that in order to come up with, like, now you got to take back, like you said, the flag, the anthem, patriot, freedom, YMCA, and as Autumn, take back the word wizard too. I like wizards. You can't be a grand wizard and have a hood on your head. What can I? What do they think of Ted Cruz? The strength in the Hierophant. They think that he is establishment party politics, that he is probably more than likely going nowhere. 4 of Wands and the 9 of Cups. There, however, is a desire for somebody new. I think he showed his behind way too hard this time, especially when you went to Florida and then gloated about going to Mexico. So here with the 10 of Cups and the 10 of Swords, the support is now failing. It is now waning. And for you, that is a bad thing. And these are the same type of things to where they can win if they cheat. Otherwise, he might be on the way out because people are now offended. Like Donald Trump created something to where people voted in numbers too big to rig. Ted Cruz is on his way to doing the exact same thing. Texas may be red now, but it does not mean that it is always going to be that way. If you can get the people who are not involved in their politics, especially their local politics, involved now, then you could be out of a job in a couple of years, buddy.
What are you getting, Autumn?
Oh, Texas is seriously starting to lean blue, and that's all over the cards. As far as Ted Cruz himself, basically, if they could find, I agree with Johnie. If there could be somebody else, they would happily, the Republicans would happily move their vote over to this other, but it would have to be another Republican. Democrats should not get too excited about his seat, is what I'm getting. It's like, oh, we'll be excited. May not want to. No, the party may not. And Johnie, you said cheating. Yeah, but I've got Democratic energy all over this, so the state is going that way. So
thank you, Marie, and thank you for calling Abbott and Cornyn's office so much. She says that every
He is oatmeal.
I do want to say one last thing, though. I've got this card, and it feels like people gathered around the TV going, what the heck is he doing? He what? Have you, honey, come here. You got to see, what the heck is he doing? That's what that is. So that it didn't help him.
What'd you get, Becca?
So I asked, how does Texas feel about Cruz? I got Cross, Fox, and Fish. They don't like him. He left them there to suffer. He snuck out, lied about it, manipulated, backtracked, changed the story 850,000 times, blaming his kids, threw his wife under the bus, everything. And he only cares about the money and the donors. That's how they feel about him. They're not happy. Will he win re-election? He moves. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. It's Bouquet Man and Storks. There's somebody else that moves in. He goes away. I don't know if it's a Republican or a Democrat or who comes in, but it says he goes away. So
I've got on the bottom him walking away from unfinished work, going off to Cancun. It should be instead of walking away, flying away. They see him as giving the crumbs to Texas. They don't see him as giving very much, and he's a liar. They feel like they're stuck with him right now, but he's a burden to them, and they actually feel very anxious about him. I do feel there's new energy coming into the government with Texas. They've got a sense of nostalgia. They're going to put Ted Cruz out in the cold, and there's someone new that's coming in, someone more energetic and youthful. So I would say his days are numbered. He's not going to get reelected.
Well,
what was the point of the golden calf? Of the Donald Trump statue?
I don't know.
Idolatry?
Just he's our God, and we're going to worship him. I don't know. Maybe we should ask that. What was
the point? Because I understand the stage design, because that was the Nazi thing. But I mean, were you just full blown? We don't like Jewish people, and we want to do the dog whistle, or what?
If you don't mind, I did want to just throw in one last thing about Ted Cruz before we move on, though. Just that someone said, and I think it's true. There's a reason people despise Ted Cruz on site. It's to save time. That's all.
Well, Al Franken used to say, I like Ted Cruz about as much as everybody else in Congress, and I can't stand Ted Cruz. Like nobody in Congress likes him.
He's nasty.
All right. So what are we asking now?
Why did they do the golden statue of Trump? Why did they parade that out?
Because this wasn't a Trump rally. Why didn't you put that there? Where does it go from here? Take it on tour.
And they obviously co-opted it from something else because he's wearing flip-flops.
I think it was a big boy statue that they painted over and made to look like Trump.
Something. Yeah. Actually, no, Carolyn, I don't think it was a joke. I think they were serious. Do you guys, someone is suggesting it might be a joke, but I
think it was serious.
Yeah.
So it's Seven of Swords in the Death card. There is a strategy to it. This was meant to change the perception of something, not my card for this is the one back long ago we did on the live stream, we designated this for our bigotry and racism, as in the majority here throwing out the minority there. And it was indeed meant to elevate Donald Trump while at the same time being hateful and mean. It was meant to cause conflict. I can't.
What'd you get, Autumn?
This is the card I get for people who are politically wed to Trump. It's their truth that they were showing to the traditional Republicans, and that the party must stay with Trump. It was just to, and I feel this weird frisson of fear in the background of it, like the Republican Party can't go on without Trump. They're going to become mealy-mouthed, and we're going to end up in this, again, extreme fantasy of nightmares.
Thank you. More paper, please. What'd you get, Becca?
I got house, bear, whip, dog, and moon. So it comes from the base. The base wanted to show power and strength here, and somebody that can fight and kick your butt and beat you up, because they are only loyal and looking for emotional guidance here. But ultimately central to the reading is the whip, to cause conflict, to cause arguments, to fight, to beat people up. You see what I'm saying? Like, kind of like what Johnie was saying, to cause a ruckus, but it's emotional loyalty. They're like, whatever.
Yeah,
I don't get it.
I did it to send a message too. It's from his supporters to try to get him to higher ground, because they see him as the emperor, the powerful, the almighty Oz. And they wanted to change perceptions about him because they feel like his time in government, he was sent away too soon with Biden coming in. And it was done as a sort of strategy. And I feel like because Trump is about to get put on the defense in lawsuits, so they're trying to show him as the emperor, the fatted calf.
Yeah. Well, Becca, you were saying you got the whip, and it's like, well, when it comes to Trump's political career, beating a dead horse.
Yeah. Beating. I really would, though, really wish I could win the multi-billion-dollar lottery so I can go and take all these buttheads that are so in favor of authoritarianism, buy them all one-way plane tickets to an authoritarian country and be like, go worship over there.
Yep.
Go. See how you like it, you know? That's my one.
Send him to the moon. There's no leader there. You can start your own country.
Mm-hmm. Without oxygen.
They probably walk to the dark side, though, more than likely.
Johnie, you were saying earlier, Mitt Romney said Trump will get if he gets the GOP nomination again,
runs again, that he will get the GOP nomination. This is Romney is like firm on that belief. And I want to know if he runs again. I don't think he will, because if he runs again, why would he get the GOP nomination, or why would he not? Because I figured what would happen is you would rig it to where he could never get the GOP nomination again because he cost you power and tried to kill you. But as we know, Republicans do not do things the way I think. So if he would get the nomination, why? If he would not, then why?
Well, and you got Mitch McConnell, who said, sure, he needs to be charged in court, but, oh, yeah, I'll support him if he's the nomination.
Like, what in the world?
We'll get to Mitch later.
I had read on this earlier before all of us got together, before the invite was sent, and this is what I had gotten. Whip, Tower, and Fox. And this question was, would he run in 2024? And it's saying no, he's going to be tied up fighting in court and trying to weasel out of it for fraud. So good luck with that. But
thank you, Marie.
the key phrase there in the question is they tried to kill you. He tried to kill you. He tried.
All of you.
He tried to kill you.
Four of Cups and the Nine of Pentacles. They feel like they would have no choice because something is secure and their arms are folded and they're doing nothing about it. Son of a mother. I'm gonna try to find this deck. No, I'm not, because I don't remember which one it was. But y'all go ahead. If I find it, I'll show it to you.
Okay. What'd you get, Autumn?
Why wouldn't he be able to run? Justice card, finances falling apart, secrets in the center. However, and this is what's kind of icky, it's like his personal time is done. The Wheel of Fortune is turned. However, he's going to make a lot of money pretending to run, skirting the issue. And unfortunately, even when he's gone, his message, his communication, it's not going to go away.
Thank you, Chris. That's one thing he announced tonight at the tail end of his speech, which was all I watched because I couldn't stand to watch it. Thank you, Sue. He announced his super PAC to donate to it and everything, to help get him elected in 2022 or 2024.
Is there any information on how much administrative costs are going to go into his pocket on that?
Oh, I'm sure all of it's going into that back pocket of his.
I didn't pull cards just because I had asked earlier and I went over that already, but I'm going to set this one out. But I would just be, not to add to the question, but since he knows he's going to be tied up in court and he's basically running another grift, is he going to get in trouble for this grift too? Eventually? Like that's all I want to ask.
Let's ask that next. I get like he's trying to climb to higher ground, but he's actually put in defense mode here. Their challenge is all the new things that are given birth to through the courts. So he's in defense mode. He does have the supporters, but he's like having to vacate. Everything changes. He's burdened too much when the courts come after him, and he's stuck right in the middle of all the court cases. So I don't get he'll even run.
Because I asked this question earlier, and I get the same thing with this spread, that they feel like they have no choice. And earlier, when I did the reading, I got the Eight of Swords. In this in particular one, the Eight of Swords, for those learning tarot, is not a physical bind. It is a mental one. You can free yourself at any moment. And in this in particular one, she has a string tied around her hand that's tied around the tree. She did it. There is no other people here. She's got a dagger in this hand. She can break herself free at any moment. And Donald Trump is like that string. You do not need him. He needs you. And they right now feel as though he is attached to their base. And so if they don't support him, then they won't support. Go ahead. Implode. I don't care, but I just think you should look at this a little differently. You don't need him. But
so he's breaking up the whole Republican Party. So, Becca, what's your question? Will he get caught for grifting again now that he's got a new super PAC fund?
Yeah, like his new super PAC that he has for his 2024 run, is that thing going to be investigated for fraud?
And he's got more rallies scheduled, so he's going to be screwing more people out of not paying them for.
This is what I don't understand. This man calls himself a stable genius. Dude, just start a church. You don't have to pay taxes when you start a church, you moron. Like, he's that dumb. He's that dumb. He's that dumb.
No, start a university.
He did that.
And a charity that got busted, like
steaks and
vodka, hotel.
I mean, people don't go broke running casinos. Come on.
That one did. Will he be investigated?
For his 2024 presidential super PAC thing.
So 3 of Wands and the Hierophant is where we start. There is some plans off the ground to already do such a thing. This super PAC, I think it would be okay, but the problem is they always want too much. You can't just do a little to get by and to get away. You always have to do too much. And this is how criminals always get caught, is because they get greedy. And then they make little mistakes that lead to big time. So there with the Hierophant, somebody in the government indeed, because here with the 3 of Swords and the 3 of Cups, the 3 of Cups is your community. The 7 of Swords is you stealing from them. Now, is it wrong to rob a fool of his money? Who knows? But the 9 of Pentacles, big money. Like a lot of it. Like this is my card for the most money that one single person can have. Because then with the 10 of Pentacles, that's like lineage money. But this is meant to get rich. But yes, somebody is going to be looking into the lies and manipulations with the Magician.
What are you getting, Autumn? Excuse me, Autumn.
You okay?
Yeah. Swallowed wrong.
He thinks that he's got this all legally worked out, and he can the money will just pour in. It'll just funnel into him, and his followers will be appalled when, oh my gosh, you mean there was something wrong here, or I want my money back, or something like that. It's like, good luck, because oh boy, is the super grift going to end up in legal, forget it. It is a grift. It is a super grift. It's not a super PAC, it's a super grift. Nice try.
Yeah.
I get that he won't even be running in the election again. There's the election, the man, he doesn't run. He's done. He lost. Kaput. Dead. Yes, there will be an investigation for stealing. Stuff is missing from something that they were trying to grow, perhaps online. Or I don't know if this would be like websites where people are donating, or a list or whatever, but it's like there's thievery here. Stuff is missing.
He actually directed them to go to donaldtrump.com or Donald J. Trump or whatever to find the super PAC to donate.
Yeah, it's something that he's doing online, and there's thievery there. Mm-mm.
Yeah, I have the victory card on the bottom, which tells me he's going down for it. But he's trying to be successful. The challenge is he's hanging on to the money himself. He's clinging to it because he is burdened here. And this is a corrupt super PAC right from the get-go. Surprise, surprise, he is going to get strung up on his heels for this, and anyone in the network that is also taking money. This is going to take a little time. I feel like a financial accountant is going to look over everything. But yeah, his getting away with it. Court's coming in. He is not going to get away with it.
Ivanka, that's your daddy.
This guy's going to keep forensic accountants and prosecutors busy for like the next however long until he gets tickets to the park.
Yeah.
Like, he can't stop crying. He really can't.
So Mitch McConnell is trying to arrange in Kentucky for them to change it so that the Democratic governor, if Mitch chose to walk away or drop out, would have to replace him with a Republican, as opposed to anyone of his choice, right? The governor's choice. So my thoughts are, why is he doing that? Is he thinking about walking away? Is Mitch thinking about walking away? Why is he all concerned that if something happened to him that he wants to be replaced by another Republican?
What party is the governor?
Democrat.
Right
Democrat.
They have a Democratic governor for the first time in ages in Kentucky.
Jenny, this reminds me of that poll when you and I were talking on the phone and I was at the grocery store. I give him 2 years.
Yeah, with his health issues and stuff. Is he
Something else rotten on him too?
maybe why he's going back and forth about Trump so much, because he's going to be out.
Why? Because something's coming to an end here with the world. We have a completion of a cycle. Sometimes takes a lifetime. So he's been in Congress for 40 years, something crazy. Ace of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles. There is new opportunities and new actions. So there is something he is about to start. The Eight of Wands and the Sun. I just heard if you read between the lines. So I think you are right on when you say he's possibly leaving. There's something that he's not saying, but you can still tell what he is saying by the Sun and the Eight of Wands. The Five of Pentacles, there might be a health issue here. That's my card for disease because the Knight of Wands means it's moving him forward. The Six of Swords means that there is I don't mean transition as in dying, but transition as in moving to a different stage in life. And like I said, it ends in the world. So I believe that he is on the way out.
Couldn't happen to a nicer guy.
Don't say it, but
Or a bigger jerk.
What'd you get on him?
Something is rotten in the state of Mitch. And not
just his hand.
Not just his health wise. This is not, and he's concerned. But part of this is he's the other thing is just simply trying to use every possible legal means because it's the only power the Republicans have left, at least by Mitch's. So he wants to use the court, stand up, and hem in the Democrats because it's the only thing stopping Democratic power from just rising and rising and rising. But yeah, there's something rotten in the state of Mitch.
Yeah. What'd you get, Becca?
I asked if he would resign. I got Tower, Scythe, Man. He got separated from government. Scythe right in the middle. He gets separated. He's looking for a contract or some sort of a promise that he's desiring. I don't see negotiations though. I just see him being separated from the institution. So
Thank you, Sally. I get that too. He wants an agreement because he wants another bully. He wants another Grim Reaper in there. So he's talking to everybody to try and stir that up, trying to protect the position. And he's worried, that this is my Biden card, but I think it's probably the governor showing up this way here. Like he's afraid, that they'll get stuck with somebody that he chooses. I get that he is on his way out. He is not feeling well and anxiety. And yeah, he is sick. He has plans to leave.
And in that reading, Jenny, it was man, tree, coffin, fox, leather. When you and I were on the phone. Man, tree, coffin, and then fox and leather. So that's when we were like, dude, his health he's not well.
And after falling several times in the last year alone.
Mm-hmm.
John, why did you just slap your own hands?
Because that's not funny, but I laughed anyway.
Don't be pulling out that hand card, Johnie. Let's try a non-political. Tiger Woods, will he ever play professional golf again? He's a pretty determined person when he wants to be. Will he ever play professional golf again? But he's in his 40s.
He should be determined to stop crashing his car. This is the second time. All by himself, mind you. You're cheering. Whatever it is you're doing, stop doing it. Oh, that's interesting. See, again, I did this reading earlier, and I was trying not to be judgmental, so I did sort of a softer approach, because I wasn't trying to basically say that he's got something going on. But I get this again, and I don't know what it is you doing, but stop. Whatever it is, whatever this is, leave it alone. But in this deck, there's two. One is a light side, one is a dark side. I got the Eight of Swords twice. So you are bound here. Mind you, this is mental, and something is being released here. So I don't know what you're losing or what it is that you are trying to escape from. But whatever it is, leave it alone. I'll just say that.
What are you getting, Autumn?
Yikes. He's been apparently he was already having problems in his back, and they've been progressively working their way up his spine with surgeries. Mm-hmm. And he kept saying he wanted to still be out there. He wanted to still be doing this so his children could see him be successful in all of this. And no, it's your ego. It's your own ego. It's your trophies. It's your and that's why he drives recklessly and what have you. But he was warned to leave it alone. But no, he has to have the big thing. But this is not good. This is surgeries, bad emotion, massively burdened, hemmed in. Moon card. You're done.
It's all my back cards too.
The universe was trying to tell you, and you did not listen. So it was like, and then you went speeding, and it's like, okay. His guides right now are probably just like, we tried. We tried to help.
You go do you. What'd you get, Becca?
I asked if he would play professional sports again. I got box, ring, and key. This is like, yes, but it's something that he's going to be working towards because he's very committed to it. Is he going to be any good? I don't know. It just says that he's very committed. He's going to be working because he's very committed for something very significant to get access to playing again somehow. So
probably has to go through his therapies and things first to get back in shape.
Yeah, I get it. Collaborating, working together on the bottom. That's with his doctors. It's like he's so impulsive and rash, charging in, and he needs to be introspective. That's his challenge, to be introspective. He's hanging on right now, but he's trying to act like he's a young man. He's not a young man anymore. So after a period of rest, and also because of all of his sponsors, he's going to try again. I get a yes, a new action, and the Sun card, and that's coming from ego. But I also feel like he may have an addiction, like to pain pills, because of his bad back, and that's going to hang him up. He's a bully, though. He's going to keep trying to push through. I think he'll successfully play again, but I don't think he'll last long because of his back.
Double card. Well, yeah, you just said it, Jenny. Because because Johnie keeps getting the double card on him too, and the first thing that I was thinking was like addictions. I was like, I wonder if he gets hung up on painkillers or something. First it was your back, now it's both your legs, and God knows what else you did.
I mean, the devil can be ego. It can be the 7 deadly sins, but for me, it's also a card for abuse of some kind of prescription or non-prescription.
The first time he crashed his car, I think he hit his mailbox or his tree or something like that, because he had just been fighting with his wife because he was cheating. Whatever goes on in here where you space out or don't pay attention or become reckless, stop doing that.
Thank you, Julie. All right.
I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry.
I was going to say, it very much felt like if he doesn't stop, he's going to hurt himself even more, and it's going to be even worse. And it's just going to be, the universe is speaking. Listen.
Yeah. Or hurt one of his kids next time. Have one of the kids in the car.
And then you'll never live that down.
Okay, back to politics. March 4th. You know, the Quackanoners think that Trump will be the 19th president because they think no one after Grant was legitimate. All the presidents that were inaugurated in January.
They were all just placeholders.
Just placeholders for the 19th president.
But then he wasn't legitimate because he was. Oh my God! What?
Yeah.
Like, why do you make a point and then don't understand that your point just counts but not good?
I know we look at this every week for the last few weeks, but let's look at it again because it's coming up this week, March 4th.
So what was the question, Jenny?
Just what's the energy around March 4th? Is there going to be any protests, or in particular, I'm going to look at DC.
I did a thing a while back where I was trying to communicate with the early presidents kind of in order. And it came out that Grant had quite a sense of humor. He was quite a drinker, but he had quite a sense of humor. And the question was, what do you think of Donald Trump? And I what came into my head was him saying, I've shot men for less. And then he laughed.
So here's my thing. We share a country with these people, Jesus. Okay. There is no movement mentally within these people. Here, the Six of Swords, there should be in transition, some moving to calmer waters, the judgment card here, better judgment skills, right? However, with the Four of Cups, the Five of Pentacles, they are taking what they are given. The Five of Pentacles is poverty. This is lack. This is I don't have. The Four of Cups is despondency. They do not engage in reality. You have to engage in reality in order to not be a stupid person. But this is not something they're going to do. It ends in the High Priestess. They are prepared to stay in the dark because they feel as though they have the answer. They think they know it already. I just asked about them. I mean, they're going to do whatever they're going to do. But they feel as though they have the answer that Donald Trump is indeed going to be the next president, and then everything's going to be all right. And then maybe he goes and gets his face back from Joe Biden. I don't know. I'm gonna need that back. I got an inauguration to go to. Jesus Christ! Oh.
What'd you get out of?
People, you shot your shot. You shot. You blew it. The place is crawling. Washington D.C. is National Guard. It's like wall to wall National Guard. There's no way. And even different there may be some movement to do some smaller action, maybe some protests, maybe some state capitals or what have you, but mostly it's just talk.
Yeah.
A lot of like the teacher in Peanuts.
Mark it.
That's what
What'd you get, Becca?
So I got key, lilies, and letter. And then I got child and ring. I asked about the energy around DC, around Capitol buildings and state buildings and stuff. March 4th, relatively peaceful, nothing new. I don't see large groups of people. I don't see weapons. I don't see any of that stuff. I see that there is significant peace. It's pretty calm. Something here that has to do with like results or mail, but there perhaps something small that people are committed to. So it may be the Quackanoners that are looping around with this naivete that he's the real president, but overall, I don't see any chaos or anything like that. I just see quiet. You know, I don't see large gatherings, weapons, nothing. So
I get my where's my lawyer on the bottom. It's like, Trump is behind this and with his supporters. I get that the challenge is to come up with a plan, because now, we know that they were going after Democrats and Republicans. But it's whatever is in the ethers is about messaging. They're trying to send a message out. And I feel like it's going to be like, purely for entertainment purposes only, YouTube. It's going to be like death threats kind of thing, or something in the mail, to try to get people to abandon their jobs. But in DC itself, any work that they're trying to cause chaos for is blocked here, and they're looking for a new opportunity.
Like, you idiots, you're just sitting there watching all your friends getting arrested, picked off one by one by FBI. I mean, unless you're watching Fox News, because that's a whole web of lies over there. So you're probably clueless. And you think it's a good idea to go ahead and do that a second time around? Like, they're not smart, dude. These people are dumb.
I don't get it.
I don't get it
Well,
either.
I am sometimes subjected to Fox News, and it's like, it really is Earth 2. I mean, it really is. You would think you were on a different planet. It's just like, why are you talking about, and that isn't actually accurate. And what the heck? And to Tucker Carlson, I
tried to watch Fox News one time, and they always have, I clicked it on, they always have some woman with an abrasive voice to where she tries to sound strong. I think it was the Pirro type. I forgot what she said, but they like come back from the commercial. Joe Biden is a lizard. And then you'd go into, all this different type. And I'm like, what is she talking about? And then her panel of experts, which is just 5 people from the green room. And it's like, what are y'all talking about? What is? And I'm thinking to myself after that there's somebody who is watching this that never turns it off.
Mm-hmm. And that's exactly right. Exactly right.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it made me just more, and I'm like, I can't watch this because it gives you a bad energy. But there are some people who never turn it off.
Oh no.
It's like an echo chamber on steroids, though. That place. It's bad. It's dark side. Don't go to the dark side, people. Stay away from Fox.
Yeah, stay away from Newsmax, who was picking on Biden's dog last week. So Biden, he canceled the arms deal with Saudi Arabia, and then he released the report this week about MBS and Khashoggi. Why did he not take a little bit stronger stance against MBS? Now, he only talked to the king, MBS's dad. Why did he not take a little bit stronger stance? Is he getting intel on Trump and Kushner giving the go-ahead? What's the deal?
Which means that information he released about Khashoggi, Donald Trump had it too.
Yeah. When he said, nothing to see here.
Mm-hmm.
Good point.
Although he later told, what's his name, the author, that he saved MBS's ass.
Mm-hmm.
What else does Biden know?
So I get right now, this may be the tip of the iceberg. There's 8 of Wands and the 3 of Swords. We are going into talks about separation, or talks about not working together, or talks about, now mind you, you cancel the arms deal. You shouldn't be selling arms to them in the first place. When I lived in Florida, y'all were training their soldiers who shot our soldiers on our base and then sent them back home instead of putting them in jail or something. But anyway, the 3 of Pentacles and the 5 of Pentacles, there is going to be a holding back of some money, maybe fine, sanction, whatever the case may be. But I think the problem I'm having with all of this is it all sounds symbolic. It does not sound concrete. It does not sound like this is something that sticks and lasts, because here I have the hangman and then the death card. So something changes in a major way. The relationship changes in a major way. But you are just waiting for a time where the perspective changes as well, which means they're not on the crap list like Russia is from here on out, which they should be, but they're not. So it's kind of like slapping the wrist, kicking the pants. But once you show that you will do business with us again in the appropriate way, then we'll be just fine.
Mhm.
So I don't see a strong stance, but I do see there is an action that the president is going to take that is going to change the relationship.
What are you getting, Autumn?
What Biden's doing is pretty wussy. I've got basically, he doesn't want to completely blow up the relationship with Saudi Arabia is what he's afraid of. But Trump and Kushner are all over these cards. Most of these cards are about them. So by Biden going to the king instead of the prince, he's hoping to guideline to weaken his power a little. But yeah, I'm just floored at how many of these cards are about the money with what Trump did, what Kushner did, to make money for themselves. And it's kind of, so I don't know what he's going to do with all this information, because it's what Biden knows. So I don't understand why he's not doing something more. Weird.
Thank you, Patty. What are you getting, Becca?
I got crossroads, bouquet, dog, fox, storks. It's kind of like a friend that's not a friend that you want to keep close so you can keep an eye on them. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Because that person's suspicious and they're doing something shady. But it's for something to move or take a different direction, because there's someone there right in the middle is dog. Now that's loyalty, guidance, and all that stuff. But this is more like what I'm getting is more like what Autumn was saying, because this person was an aide and they were the go-between. This person left and came back quite a bit, very suspiciously, and there was multiple gifts given. So there may be investigations that change to start looking at this person as well.
Yeah.
If that was Jared Kushner, I don't know. It's someone that was friendly to them suspiciously, and they acted as the go-between, leaving and going, coming and going all the time. Does that make sense? So
yeah, I get that travel card too, like back and forth from the White House, that Biden is just kind of hanging on, probably waiting for like Merrick Garland to come in. But I get on the bottom, the mourning card on the bottom. And I think part of it is because MBS, this is his family legacy. He's going to be the ruler when this king goes. And I feel like Biden has a sense that it's not going to be long until he is the king. Like in a little while, the plan is off the ground. That there's a death and someone transitioning, and coming full circle. And he's thinking ahead to the disruption that's going to cause, and having to work with these other emissaries to MBS. So thinking about how he's got to work with them. I do think there's something that MBS is working on that Biden is going to block somehow, start some chaos around to send him another message though. So I think there's something else that's going to happen that he's going to get another message through.
Jenlyn, I think you just hit the nail on the head. Biden, he's not doing more because he's waiting for legal things to be looked in legally.
Mm-hmm.
So then he'll have, so there was the shot across the bow with this report, but the actual investigations and things going forward, that's why he's not doing more.
Yeah. Thank you, Tisha. So that being said, Mnuchin went overseas in January during the insurrection and stuff, and now he's got all these investors coming from Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates, and Qatar, however you say it. Steve Mnuchin, you gonna get looked at?
Is he going to get looked at?
I mean, he went over there right after Khashoggi's death. Canceled the trip and then secretly went over there and worked with them anyway. So Mnuchin is in tight with the Saudis. Is he going to get investigated for his investment company?
Oh, okay. Mnuchin of Versailles.
He's doing this all on our taxpayer dime, going and setting up his next venture.
Have you guys seen his wife's movie, or seen the trailer for his wife's movie?
No.
It's the worst vanity project you've ever seen.
Does it star Freddy Krueger?
Well, alas, no. But it stars his wife.
That's sad. She creeps me out. She has a very... that would be nice.
Well, you obviously don't understand her because you're not wearing Versace.
Oh, Versace? Did you say Versace, Autumn? That's trash, honey. We only wear Hermes and Cartier. Okay, like.
Well, I figured we'd slum. We were slumming, so I just mentioned Versace.
Oh, God.
Thank you, Letitia.
King of Pentacles and the Fool. There is something new, but I don't think it's an investigation. Not for Khashoggi. There's something tied to money, possibly here with the Nine of Cups and the Ace of Wands. Something that, well, it's not necessarily money as in cash money. There is some sort of thing, or like dividend, or stocks, or something that he likes to play with. Something that he enjoys a lot with the Nine of Cups. There was a bit, well, not a bit. There was a bully tactic played by him here with the Magician and the Five of Swords. While he was the Treasury Secretary, he did some deals with the Three of Pentacles there. I don't know with who, I don't know what for, but Seven of Swords is there. So I'm pretty sure that he left a fingerprint, and I don't see jail or nothing like that, so I don't want nobody popping up no champagne. But he does get an investigation, or there is an investigation into actions that he was involved in. I'll say it that way. And so, yeah, that's what I get. He'll be at the center of attention in the headlines, though.
Thank you, Adrian from Red Lentil Healing. By the way, Autumn, I thought you did a wonderful job of not losing it doing a reading with Adrian. Adrian cracks me up. I can't keep a straight face when I read with her.
The number of people saying, when are you going to have Adrian back on? When are you going to have Adrian back on? As soon as I can.
That was a fun day. I caught the last half of it, I think it was. So what'd you get, Autumn?
Oh my gosh, he's so awful. I won't, but I'm tempted to do the Colbert.
Yeah.
What he's doing for the he was leaving. He was gonna make money, but all that was ending because he was leaving power. So go over, send a message. I am getting he made some seriously bad decisions legally. Things he was willing to do or go through or agree to or talk to, or did bad choice. Bad. Could get him into a lot of trouble. He definitely wanted the money. The problem is, and I'm not getting jail either, but I am definitely getting, he's got some bad, he's about to just go into a pit of bad energy. I've got the moon and the devil right up against each other. I don't know what it is. I'm just not getting law enforcement cards, but oh, it's bad.
Bad hair
Oh.
dye. That jet black hair dye. He's going to start looking like Rudy Giuliani with his hair dripping down his face.
Oh, he's so awful.
What'd you get, Becca?
For Mnuchin, I got garden, woman, and lilies. He may get questioned or called into some sort of a committee where there's a large body of people, but it's going to be a while. This is not like, you know, in a month or 2 months, we're going to see some investigation or charges. This takes time. It needs time to mature. So that's what I get for Mnuchin.
I get he gets a surprise here because, you know, he's going to get severely burdened his hidden agenda during the riot, and more information is going to come out about that. The gifts of money and thievery going on here. I do get he gets in some sort of legal trouble that he's stuck right in the middle of it. I get a big old yes. I get the corruption card, maybe some quid pro quo or money laundering going on here. He is put in defense mode. I do get he's investigated. And I get he backstabs somebody and then there's a new action taken. So he's going to like flip on somebody. But I had to pull quite a few cards to get the story. So I'm with you, Becca. I think whatever it is, it's going to take a while.
Yeah, my cards didn't even go there.
I asked about Kushner too.
Oh, yeah.
And I asked if Kushner would be implicated in the Khashoggi. And I had gotten anchor, stars, and ship. That's a yes. Something to do with technology, nuclear technology. This is like bombs, missiles. But there was something there that was persistent with around technology and weapons, like bombs, missiles. So there was probably a quid pro quo, like, yeah, we'll do this, but then you do this for us. And then you see what I'm saying? Like there was some sort of deal worked out there. And not just Khashoggi, but also something, perhaps arms deals or, hold on, didn't they give the Saudis nuclear technology for them to build a nuclear plant?
I think so.
Because this is nuclear and this is like bombs and stuff. So there's something that he did there that may come under question as well, not just for Khashoggi, but something nuclear and bombs and missiles, rockets, something like that. So you're in all kinds of trouble, Kushner.
Mary Trump's lawsuit against Trump for taking money away from her is supposedly getting stronger. I wanted to take a look at it again. Is she going to win her lawsuit against Trump to get some money back that he took away from her that was supposed to come to her through her dad?
Are we the only people not suing Donald Trump right now?
Raise your hand if you're not suing Trump. Poor people in America right here aren't.
I just cut the deck to shuffle it, and there all I saw was a queen death.
Mary Trump. She's going to win her lawsuit. Not that he has any money to get, right?
Well, I don't get any money being won, at least not right now. I get the Six of Cups, so that would be her and the Page of Pentacles. So this is something tied to money from childhood, so inheritance. But I get the Justice and the Ten of Swords. So it doesn't look positive as of right now. However, there is the Sun and the Ace of Cups. There could, in my card for judges here, this could be something that's just deferred forever and ever and ever because, again, everybody in the world is suing him. So I know he stole your money, boo-boo, but you're going to have to wait.
He's going to fight it and appeal. Thank you, Tisha and
Likes
chat.
to be late.
What'd you get, Autumn?
Well, one of the things about Mary Trump is she has Trump energy, and he was an idiot because if anybody has an edge of that Trump ruthlessness, coldness, she's a much nicer person, but that was a bad idea. So he definitely hurt her, and she's been very much enjoying the negative press that's fallen on Trump because of her. I think she's going to be successful eventually in the sense of strong woman bringing the sword of truth against the corruption. But I don't think it's going to go on for so long. I don't think he's going to live. So, and I'm even getting it's going to take a long time. I think it's her kids that are going to get the real benefit, but it'll be in her favor,
or she has to take it from Trump's kids because he's gone and out of the picture.
Maybe that's it. Yeah.
What are you getting, Becca?
I asked if Mary Trump would win the lawsuit. I got book, cross, and bear. Ultimately, yes, she comes out strong. She comes out the one that's powerful. There's finance here as well. Okay. So yeah. So when I don't know. This thing, there's suffering right in the middle. There's going to be a trial of suffering, burden, sacrifices that are going to have to be made. But she comes out strong with financing.
Yeah, I get she's got the wisdom, the information now. That she was put.
Oh, Jenny froze.
Her, and she's got the documents now to back it up.
Jenny, can you back it up a little bit? You froze. You had frozen.
Oh, sorry. I got she's got the wisdom now to go after him. He basically abandoned her out in the cold, put her out from the family, and she's got the documents now. And she's actually, financially secure, so she's not doing it because she needs the money. But she's kind of like-minded, as Autumn said, like she's going to be a little bit ruthless. I get that, like businessman Trump, he gets very anxious about this. Like he offers her a little, and then he's like put in defense mode, and then it's like we're back in court, and then here we're going to trial, and we're moving on, and he offers her a little bit more. Like he keeps offering settlements, trying to manipulate her, and then it's like another fight and drawn out, and then she gets like the big money.
Mm-hmm.
But I get he just keeps like dragging it out on her, and
yeah,
just to
God, what a
keep
gross
negotiating.
A slime ball.
I mean, he like not only tried to defraud her, didn't he try to defraud his siblings from his dad's inheritance too?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That whole family is awful.
well, that was her dad that he defrauded.
Mm-hmm.
His brother. Was Stephen Miller at CPAC?
Not that I know of.
Probably in the boiler room killing squirrels or something.
I was wondering if he was behind that Nazi symbol on the floor. Is he? He's been on Fox News and stuff. Is he still working for Trump?
Did you see that clown the other day? I guess he was on Fox News saying that what Joe Biden is doing is inhumane. And
Yeah.
He knows how to even say that word.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he has to if he's going to hand out orders and tell people what to do. Be inhumane. Be inhumane. Be inhumane.
I can't. I know. Just,
So,
Is he
what's the
still
question?
working with Trump? Stephen Miller, is he still working with Trump?
I don't advocate violence, but that one right there.
He
like
suddenly
10 minutes
disappeared
ago.
off the face.
Sorry, you guys were talking over each other. I couldn't hear either of you.
And Jenny froze.
Oh,
Jenny's frozen in time. Jenny, move. Can you move?
My
Before Pinnacle, Six of Cups. Yes, there is something here about keeping people that he can trust, or people that didn't deflect, or people who carried out his orders, or people who did not give him pushback, or people who filled him in on things, because now Stephen Miller is apparently a smart person, according to Trump, because you know what he deems smart people. The Lovers and the Nine of Wands, yes, they still work diligently on being awful people. I mean, you know, it's hard to separate the devil from his horns. So he's still there. Donald Trump is at the core of his reading. So, yeah. Okay.
What are you getting, Autumn?
it's a little confusing to me, to be honest. Well, first of all, he's a rotten human being, and he's going to just continue on with his disgusting neo-Nazi lies. And I definitely have Trump energy here, but the main bit of energy is it feels like something in the Democratic investigations or something. It's like they just roll him flat and keep going, and just leave him. He had hopes, and then it's just like, no. He thought it's going to be great, but no. And there's just something here. That's what I'm getting is it's saying, buckle in, Miller, because they're it's like, it feels like a giant roller, just rolling him flat and then just keep going, like he's not even important enough to like check the body, metaphorically.
Yeah. What are you getting, Becca?
Yep, because he has access and success with the Nazis. With the cross, where's the cross? Cross is up here. Like if you look at a Nazi symbol, it's kind of like a bent cross, So yeah, the Nazi symbol, he has access and is very, very successful with that. So, yep.
I get the two losers are still partnering up here. He's still stuck right in the middle with him, and he's trying to shine a light on legal issues with Biden. So there's something that he's trying to do to stir up something legally for Biden. But yeah, he and Trump are like-minded. He's just laying low right now. He is strong for him. He is doing his bidding. He's just biding his time to come out and present. I don't know if it's to do with finance or if it's to do with votes here, that he's going to try to confuse something about vote shifting. But he's waiting on his opportunity right now.
Is he and Sessions going to be investigated for their little border happenings?
Let's ask.
Oh, wait, let me get out my mini cards.
Get out the sage.
There is a change. Right now, priority is finding where these kids are supposed to go. But I got the Death card and Temperance. They may be waiting on the DOJ to look like the DOJ is supposed to look, where it has a full staff and blah, 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 and you got an agenda. Because here with the King of Cups, that's Joe Biden, and I got the Three of Cups. There's community. So this is those of like mind with him. So I think the DOJ just needs their person and their Ace of Cups, and then all will be well. There is justice. So yes, they will be investigated, but you need to have all your pistons in a line first.
What'd you get, Autumn?
I got, first of all, this whole thing is just so disgusting, and worries about these poor people and the medical procedures and the separation of children. I mean, it's dark. There will be investigations into that. But Sessions, it's interesting because I got almost identical cards for Sessions and Miller. The first two are both wants, which are my Trump cards. And Sessions is going to be in more trouble. This is communications. It's for Trump. He's going to be in more trouble. Miller, it's the messenger, watching the people come in trouble with the Democratic, but not as much as Sessions.
What'd you get, Becca?
I got a yes, ma'am. I got the bear, the storks, and the man. Power improved and changed under this person. Also finances. Mm-hmm. There's a money trail somewhere because the financing here was increased. So either what they were charging, the private prisons that they have over there, just making a crap ton of money. Here's a person too. So I don't. Yes, they're going to get in trouble, and there's a money trail.
Thank you, Catherine. I get. Yeah, there's going to be an investigation coming in. They're already planning on it, and it's going to be very, very detailed. And they're going to work on the money. I'm getting that too. There will be a new action taken, and somebody is sitting on a lot of money. Somebody is sitting pretty financially. There's a little bit of a delay going on with this, because they're waiting on DOJ to be filled out here. But this is going to be a steady investigation. And again, looking at the money. So there's something about money shifting hands, maybe a little bit of laundering, something to do with the mothers also is going to come out. And that's going to transition into like a whole, let's look at this across the, on both sides of the aisles. Even the Republicans will be on board with this one.
This is going to dredge up a lot. Yeah. And this is going to just come down on the people who are behind this and just wham. They deserve it.
Melania Trump. Did she ever find Trump attractive? And I ask this because Yale University did a study that if you feel affection towards someone, it makes them more attractive. So even if, like, you have two people that are kind of homely, but they have a sincere affection for each other, it makes them see each other as more attractive. So does Melania feel any affection? Has she ever seen Trump as attractive?
Becca? Becca? Oh, please. Oh, please.
Did Melania Trump ever find Donald Trump attractive?
She's seen him naked, so I mean.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. Thanks, Johnie. I can't unsee that.
She can't either. But she didn't look like she wanted to.
Hey, boo-boos and kitty. Hello. I'm ready for my close-up.
Yes.
All right.
Oh.
That's BBZK to those that know from Autumn's channel, Boo-boos and Kitty.
Yeah, people in the chat came up with that on their own. They were tired of typing it all out.
So I get a no. The Nine of Swords is the first card, and interestingly enough, it has a big eye and right in the middle of it too, with a bunch of swords going around it. So it's like, his woman got her hand over her eyes too.
I'm not gonna look. You go change in there, sir.
And it ends in the Seven of Cups. So she's kind of like, what in the hell is that? It's like,
and I've seen pictures of Trump even when he was younger. I've never found him to be attractive. He's got like that tiny, like.
It's interesting. In this, I think this is called the movie tarot or the TV tarot. I missed the TV tarot. And the romance card, which is the Knight of Cups, actually says fast food on it. So there you go.
You go get your own hamburgers.
It's just one of them things she feels she has to do. Very Little House on the Prairie right there. So, ain't no hole like a broke hole. So she had to get her money. I mean, that's
What did BBZK get?
BBZK is yawning. She found his money attractive. And to her, that is affection. And there is absolutely, not only are there no love cards here, no affection, nothing good. It's just, he's just caused her pain, huge amounts of humiliation and pain. But to her, in her mind, he was rich.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's it. Ava Braun is that awful. She really is.
Becca, I'm going to go and then you can go because I know you're going to pull a Melania impersonation.
Oh,
Please.
I get that they were like-minded, but yes, he's looking at all his money and wishful thinking and thinking it's going to bring her to higher ground. She needed to look from a little different perspective, though, because there's no money there. Because all that changed, but her challenge was to look at him with a loving sexual way. No, that was her challenge. She couldn't do that. Everything has changed with the emperor. He is now little bitty, and she's like, I'm going to have to go get a day job. Everything's changing.
It's like watching a horror movie.
Thank you, Agape.
I don't know. I got that she's made several sacrifices and has suffered significantly because of him. No. She has never found him attractive at all. That orange fat bastard. Let me tell you something, okay? That pocket, okay? Bob, the goat man in Slovenia, has more money than him. I over here have to sell my bras. No, not my bras. My tits now on eBay to get money because he has no money. Justin Trudeau, come save me, Justin Trudeau. He is so orange and ugly. I can't find his penis ever. That was gross. I'm sorry.
The ghost Janice Slovenia has more money. Oh my God. Standing ovation.
Bravo.
no, Lord.
It's just so, man, every time I would see her and what's that, the daughter, the other twin, Ivanka, with Justin Trudeau, I would get so embarrassed. It was like high school girls, like just rolling over it. Oh God, it was so embarrassing. It was
Because he looked like a man.
Yeah,
Donald Trump looked like Chewbacca. What's that other thing with the big giant smoke looking one? He looked like that. Jabba the Hutt. And then Jared Kushner looked like she do. So she wanted to his eyebrows is dead, and it's like, you got my time, please.
Thank you, J.A. and Linda P. I was in tears from the moment you said the goat man in Slovenia. More money than you do. I could see her going after a sheep herder. She's doing goat yoga in the future.
I can't.
Oh my gosh.
That woman.
Okay, I know we've read on this, but Biden did announce on the day that DeJoy was testifying to Congress, he announced 3 new members to the Board of Governors for the USPS. Those have to get approved by the Senate. So more hearings, I guess. Is he going to get his new board members put on there so he can get DeJoy out of there? Because DeJoy's saying he's going nowhere.
DeJoy should be going to jail because he's a jerk.
By the way, one of the new board members that was nominated, Amber McReynolds, she was the CEO of the National Vote at Home Institute. So she knows all about like mail-in voting and vote from home.
You don't say.
He's still messing up the mail, isn't he, Johnie? Because you got.
I have 3 things that was supposed to be here last week.
Yeah. And one of the other guys that he nominated worked with the union with the USPS before. So he has experience, which nobody else that Trump put in there had experience. And we keep getting that he's going to go, but is he going to get the Biden's nominations? Or are they going to get confirmed?
I want to say yes. They're still trying to slow this down. Mind you, I think what's happening right now is this is the Obama effect. Whatever you want to do, I'm going to do the opposite. Like I say, if you say don't eat yellow snow, I'm going to go eat yellow snow.
Yep.
There is the Fool here and the 4 of Pentacles. They're trying to hold on to the new beginnings. They are trying to hold on and keep anything from getting in and anything from getting out. There is the King of Swords here, and then there's the 3 of Wands. We're not quite complete, but we're almost there. He picked them out already, but we still need to vote. Knight of Wands moving forward, 4 of Swords, retreat and delay. And then you get the the Chariot, which is progress moving forward, and then you have the 2 of Swords, which is blocked. I'm going to say yes, but the Republicans are going to act like Republicans.
Thank you, Renee. What'd you get, Autumn?
Well, right now they think they're fine. DeJoy thinks he's fine, and when they put when Biden puts the Democrats up, it's going to be they're like, I don't want to, but boy, I mean, he's like, I don't know if he can replace all of them, but it's very much a card of stacking them up and to get this guy out. He's so going to be shoved out the door, and then the mail, it's going to actually work
quickly.
Yes. Yay.
Like magically turning a light switch on and suddenly it works again. What'd you get, Becca?
I'm getting that he will be isolated eventually. When? I don't know. But yeah, he'll go.
Yeah, I get that there's the plan to do the confirmation hearings or whatever. I'm getting people from across the aisle pushing for Biden's. I get they get through the board members, but the Dems or the Republicans, they're going to burden it. They're going to screw around with the vote, but clarity comes to the forefront, and they finally do vote them through. In the meantime, I have my America card on the bottom, so I think Americans are putting a lot of pressure on their Congress people to go vote these people in. We need a change in the postal.
Finland froze.
Oh, did I freeze again?
You're back. You're back.
Okay. Am I moving? is more worried, Donald Trump or Donald Trump Jr.?
In general?
Uh-huh. Taxes, went through over 1 million pages that they have to make it through and all the documentation. Thank you, the square peg. Letitia James is still out there with her stuff, and Cy Vance can share information with her. He just has to have court approval to do it or grand jury help. Who's more worried? Trump Sr. or Trump Jr.?
I get Trump Sr. because of the new stuff that he has been trying to fight. I get the Five of Wands and then the Empress. So there is something new, something that has been birthed. Now, mind you, this is not new as in it's brand new. This is new as in it's just arrived. So this is kind of like, think of Seven of Pentacles, to where you put it in the ground and it comes out later. Just like the Empress, 9-month gestation, then now comes the baby. So it's like these are more than likely his taxes. So this is something that, like I said, is not new. It's just new right now. And his personal wealth and his family wealth. That is what he is more concerned about. But again, that is tied to his taxes. I'm trying to keep it under wraps. Now, mind you, he was trying to keep it under wraps from this administration. Here's the thing, too, that you also need to know if you're going to fight something or somebody. You need to know what it is you are fighting. Joe Biden is not investigating your taxes. So it was not, we don't need Joe Biden in here. The Supreme Court is what you should have been working on a little harder, because they're the ones who said, okay, enough with this stolen stuff, just get it. And so they're the ones who really did you in. Joe Biden had nothing to do with that. If he did, y'all wouldn't have got Amy COVID Barrett. But that's a whole nother thing. But yeah, I get him. He's the most worried right now. He thinks he's done for, which you probably are.
What are you getting, Autumn?
It depends on what kind of worry we're talking about. As far as Junior goes, it reminds me of Robin Williams talking about the difference between his life and his son's life and what have you. And he said, we'll just throw in a random allegedly, entertainment only. Robin Williams said, online, we did lines, and there were ninjas on the lawn. Junior, allegedly, maybe, possibly, he's so paranoid right now that it's like nightmare and then complete numbness, business on the defensive. But I think he's got a lot of money stashed overseas. He thinks he's going to be okay. Trump is a whole other level, and at beginnings of dementia and the narcissism and all the garbage. And he's loving that he gets to be the victim. But then, whoa, things get really bad. And like Johnie, they do not end well for him. But it kind of blindsides him because he's got that Norman Vincent Peale? That whole positive thinking, delusion, narcissistic stuff.
Yeah.
So who's more worried? You've got Trump's delusions, narcissism, but underneath that, he knows what's coming. Junior?
He's too out of it to understand what's coming.
He in that sugar shack. He stay out that donut shop, boy. That's what I
There are ninjas on the lawns.
I get Trump really thinks he's going to win this thing. I got the Clover, which is a win, getting lucky, him, and then him just being persistent, sticking to it. This is kind of slow walking it, though, here, which doesn't make sense because he's out of options now. It went all the way to the Supreme Court. Supreme Court said, you're done, buddy. So now it's just a matter of playing the game right to, But he really is crazy enough to think that he's going to win this. For Junior, I get that he's very passionate about something. His isolation. And here's the party fun stuff. The donut shop.
So he's in La La Land.
So and the funny thing is too, for Junior I see as the one that's arrogant, because here with the tower, this is like your ambitions. So like he feels that he's untouchable, he's on top of everything, but he's so medicated with the white powdery stuff. He has no idea. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I get it's Trump, he's being very erratic. Joe Biden is living in his brain. And that's, he wants an end to Joe Biden. That is what's making him more nervous than the potential court cases. I'm getting Melania also is quite nervous about real estate deals that are going to get investigated. But there's communication, there's documents, they're trapped, and there will be an action taken against them. There are crimes that were committed. So I don't know if they end up getting fined or jail time, but I'm getting it's senior, but it's more about Joe Biden than his court cases.
Can I ask a question here, though? We asked this one a long time ago. Do the taxes even matter? Because all the while he was president, he broke every law but jaywalking, and nothing happened because he was a sitting president. He got out of office. They had the chance to convict him on insurrection and starting a riot and so forth and so forth. Nothing happened. Do these taxes even matter? Are they going to make a difference legally for Donald Trump?
Well, there's also the issue that it's not, they have to prove intent with the taxes, and it's not the taxes themselves, it's the underlying work product that allowed the accountants and what have you. It's their communications with Junior and Trump and what have you.
Yeah, it has to show it's intentional corruption.
And what I always got was the first thing is you claim you lost money and you didn't. That's like the first thing that pops up. But again, I don't care if there's like actual blood on the papers. It doesn't matter. Will they do anything to this person? Jimmy Hoffa is here and I put him here. What do they do next? Anything.
Everybody in the comments is saying taxes is what brought Capone down. But here's the thing.
Capone ain't Trump.
Capone was not a former president, and I think that's the rub. Oh my God, we can't be that country that jails former presidents. Regardless of what a criminal he was, we can't be that country. We'll be dictators. He tried to make himself a dictator on January 6th. like, come on now.
Meanwhile, they needed to get Capone on something because he murdered half the world. But
so will Trump's taxes mean anything?
Yes.
I get it now.
I'll just say, oh, really?
I get it. That's it. I'm done. I'm done. Done.
I get it takes them into another case. Because the tower is out now. In the courts, like something, in a grand jury or something, probably with the kids, and where steady money was coming from, something that was hidden. There's corruption there that's going to get illuminated, and it's going to transition into putting him in defense mode over something else to do with his business and real estate. And then there's going to be a big time investigation. This involves probably also some overseas assets.
I get a yes, but I get what you get, that it starts something else.
Mm-hmm.
Six of Swords, moving forward. Ace of Cups, Ace of Pentacles, and Ace of Wands. Like, this is when the, as Linda G says, when the hits the fan. Like this is now. The deals the theft and the thievery and they taking advantage of the small guy and taking advantage of loopholes. Now, that's not necessarily against the law unless you do it in the way he did it, more than likely. Because again, I still get this thing about him losing money that he didn't actually lose. So, yeah, it does matter. Interesting. Prove it to me.
And it's interesting that mine agrees with because this is a card of the Democrats investigating, and then it's the death card. So, yeah.
Come on, death. I mean, never mind.
It's not literal death. We just want justice. There's nothing wrong with that.
$15 minimum wage. Is it going to get passed, whether it's in the stimulus bill or separately? Is it going to get through the Senate? Costco's now paying $16 an hour just to show other companies, yes, it can be done.
It seemed that he had I think the CEO of Costco had not deposition. He had a conversation with one of them senators or something like that. The CEO of, I think it's called the Container Store, he said if you pay a person like $2, they'll work like $3. So he pays all his people starting at $15. Once you feel as though your company values you, then you will put what you have into it. I come from the world of retail. If you pay a person $7.25, they will steal from you, period.
Yep. Yep. You ain't paying enough, you are not paying them enough to live. So
they will steal from you and not because somebody's stealing from you.
The $15 minimum wage, it's like it would go up over time. It wouldn't hit 15 until 2024, 2025.
I get a yes, but it's in the future. So I get the Ace of Pentacles, but I get the Star. So we're not talking now. We're talking 2 terms from now or something. Because mind you, it's the people involved is the reason why you don't have it now. The reason why you didn't have it 8 years ago. So there you go.
Yep.
Minimum wage hikes is not a new argument.
8 years ago, they laughed in your face and they said, well, that's too much. We're okay with 12. 15, you're asking for a bit much.
Yeah. Meanwhile, they get free health care.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What are you getting, Autumn?
What was in the house was the shot at it, but no. Eventually, yes. The problem is it's how long it takes. How long it takes. And even when it comes in, the problem is it takes so long to kick in that by that point, if with inflation and everything, it really should even be higher for people to be able to live.
Yeah.
It's not. I don't have great cards here. I haven't been getting great cards on this at all on any of my readings. It's very sad because kids are hurting. Kids are hungry. Anyway.
Yeah. What are you getting, Becca?
I get the same thing I got last time we read on this about a week or two ago. It's not until there's a woman that comes in. News of an election and then a woman.
This is the age of Aquarius. So
Yeah.
you don't want to get it done.
I'm getting like they're increasing it in dribs and drabs. It's gonna be a slow transition to bring it on up. It's at least minimum of 3 years. So and I've got that temperance card too.
Which I don't understand this. Someone please explain this to me. The people that are keeping minimum wage workers from getting a raise that they have not seen in over 12 years are the same people that sit in a room and vote to give themselves raises every few years, not to mention their ridiculous stock portfolios. So it's okay.
Not to mention their incredible pension plans. I mean, here in Illinois, the government pension plan is bankrupting the state because they get like 85% of their salary for the rest of their life.
Yeah.
And even though they haven't paid that much into their pension plans, they're drawing out. Like if they made over 100,000, they're getting 85,000 a year in a pension plan. Wouldn't we all love to have that?
Do nothing.
Nope. Be thankful
Crazy.
for the crumbs you get.
Wow.
Meanwhile, not one of y'all sitting in that Congress and House and Senate makes $7.25.
Nope.
Try it for 2 months and then come back to you know what? That doesn't mean nothing either. Donald Trump tried to kill y'all. Y'all didn't care about that either. So hey, nothing hurts you. I don't understand.
True words have never been spoken, Johnie.
Yeah, I don't.
Well, Biden dropped Medicare to 60, to age 60 as the requirement age. I'm like, do it.
You got 4 weeks, 5 weeks.
About 5 weeks. We're going to be doing a 60th birthday bash, Autumn. You'll have to come back for.
Oh, yes, please. I was just going to say happy early birthday.
April 13th, we'll have a birthday bash, guys, for the big 60.
Excellent. April 13th.
In the evening, about the same time, probably. We're gonna read on everything 60s, like advice for people living in their 60s, questions from the 1960s. It's gonna be
What
60s.
happened on this day? We're gonna do a history reading.
Yeah. Here's where we were I've already got a whole list of questions going for that. And maybe a few Aries questions since I am an Aries. I forgot what our question was. Oh, Medicare. Will he drop Medicare
to drop it to 60? I get a no. Well, at least he won't. If it ever happens here with the 6 of Swords and the 8 of Pentacles, it'll be under somebody else. But no.
Nope.
I got a no too.
Yep, I get blocked. Dang.
They're going to say that it's because it's divided. I got fox, crossroads, dog. They're going to say it's because the Congress is divided. They can't get the bullshit because they could be smart and get it through if they really wanted to.
Yeah, they could.
We couldn't do anything. The Senate, yes,
Chuck Schumer, let me say this, Chuck Schumer, put your glasses up and get to work, young man.
Mm-hmm.
Nancy Pelosi is passing everything in the world. It's coming over to the Senate. You are in charge. Get to work.
Yep.
Rally your troops. Kick Mnuchin. What's the name? What's the child name? Kick him in his behind and tell him to come over to the Democrat side like he's supposed to because he got the D after his name and get to work.
Oh, Joe Manchin?
Manchin, yeah, Joe Manchin.
He's already said before, I'll run as a Republican. So, don't even think, yeah.
Pull him to the side and talk to him like somebody grandmother. Take him by the shirt right here and lean him real close to his face. Get a little kid come out the mouth. Call him a couple names you can't say out on the floor and tell him get your stuff together because when we go back out here, we're gonna be on a united front. Do you hear me? You didn't have no Medea growing up. That's what's wrong with you now.
Yeah.
So let's do your Kimberly Guilfoyle question, Becca.
You guys know what Lena in Australia calls her? Junior's blow up girlfriend.
Oh Lord.
That's what she looks like. Everything on that girl is plastic and blown up. Her boobs, her butt, everything is her face, her lips, all of it.
She is out there doing her lap dance on stage the other day.
This tall and that skinny and tight dresses where it's like, dear Lord, woman, how are you breathing? Like, oh my gosh, I can't. So apparently, Kimberly Guilfoyle, they're saying there's rumors now that they're trying to get her to run against her ex-husband, Gavin Newsom, here in California for governor. So will she win? Is she going to run?
Or will she run and will she win?
Mm-hmm.
Allegedly, entertainment purposes only. I agree with somebody in the chat who was saying, some of these people, I'm really surprised their noses don't start bleeding right on camera sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You got a credit card, it ain't for shopping.
Nope. She'd be over there like,
Oop, sniff.
like that one scene in Scarface where his whole face looks like he just got back from the donut shop. It's like that's them every day.
Just stick your head in the bag and breathe.
I apologize for not remembering who in the chat said that. I like to give credit where I can. It's a wild time.
So I get the Emperor here with the power and authority, and then the Five of Wands. This is a vanity project, of course. Queen of Swords and the Nine of Pentacles. She can secure some funding because they know Republicans in very low places. But the Ten of Swords and the Star and the Sun, here's the thing you should be worried about is your name, your celebrity. It's about to take a nosedive. I don't know why. I didn't ask, but some what you call is about to hit the fan, and then this is all about to be wrapped up, and then you're going to have to go and, I guess, find the pump to blow yourself back up because maybe your relationship's going down the tubes. I don't know. But I would be worried about myself, boo-boo, instead of trying to run for governor somewhere. Go run with Sarah and Huckabee and see if y'all can work together.
What'd you get, Autumn?
In a nutshell, girl, sit down. Where you think you're gonna run to be governor of California?
We hate you.
With you Trump, all that Trump energy in California. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down.
Pop the balloons and be like,
Like they say, sit and spin.
What the heck are you thinking? What are you snorting that you would think that?
all the white stuff from the donut shop.
He's got that in common with the senior just snorting his Adderall too.
Hers is probably drywall. She seems a little crazy.
Allegedly drywall.
I don't know what's wrong, but something ain't right.
What do you get, Jenny?
I get that her plans change. I get there's a man that will get it in California on the bottom. Because Junior gets caught stealing, and it goes back to, he's stuck right in the middle of it. It goes back to time in the White House and like quid pro quo money. And the kids are involved. So she's got a change of plans because she's got a new perspective on things. But she's got to figure out a way to look out for herself. Uh-oh, we lose Becca.
Luke is probably knocking on the door.
Oh,
He was still knocking on the door. He was banging on the door. He decided he was trying to come back in. Hey, Bob.
see, knock, knock, subpoena for Junior. Okay, last question for the night. If Trump does run, who's he going to look at for VP? Because he tried to kill Mike Pence. Purely for entertainment purposes only. I don't think he's going to run with you again.
Oh, Pence? He wants to. Pence wants to.
No.
Do it again?
Yeah. Pence is telling everybody who'll listen that they're still very close and they're great friends. And
Yeah, he's saying good things about him now.
Yeah. If
tried to have me killed, and I'm the best of
He didn't
friends.
go to the CPAC, but he's saying good things about it.
Yeah, I don't know who's stupider, somebody like Mike Pence or a quacking on her. He tried to get your butt killed, and you're still gonna talk to him and consider.
I think they're one and the same now.
Oh man,
Like the golden calf card. He's sitting there with his arms folded. understand them. We share a country with these people. First car is the tower. He would take disaster as a VP.
I get chaos, so that goes right hand in hand.
Whoever it is. It will not be completely his choice. I think they may try to go the John McCain route and get a woman just for the sake of a woman being there. I think that would be a death sentence because of the way that he talks and reacts and acts to women and about women. But because she would be looked at as, why are you walking side by side trying to run for president with this fool? Yeah, but whatever it is, it's a disaster. So that's who his VP is going to be, disaster. What a maroon.
What an ultramaroon, yeah.
What'd you get?
First of all, it took me half the deck to actually get a person. Because in between here and there, I got every wand card there is, which is Trump, everything Trump. Is they have to be loyal to Trump. Trump's only thinking of himself. And it's just Trump, more Trump. And then I got that whoever he chooses would have the Democrats celebrating. And it was like, okay, so who is it? Ivanka. And that would be the end of that.
I pretty much get the same thing on him, and I had to pull a ton of cards too. Thank you, Desiree, to get to that. That it's going to be someone who's chaotic. It's one of his kids probably, and I had to pull a whole bunch of cards because in between that, he's got judgment and falling on his sword, so to speak, and stuff about thievery coming out and moneyed news coming out. I finally get Ivanka.
So these cards do not say that he's going to run, because it's already told us he's not going to run, because it says he's cut off. He's suffering and he's cut off from reaching his goal. But I'm going to say that this is a person who has a Nazi tattoo somewhere on their. I got cross, scythe, and then inker. Either a Nazi tattoo or some sort of a cross or religious insignia tattoo on somewhere. So that's what I'm going with. Entertainment purposes only.
Does plastic surgery count?
No, that's more like a tattoo. It's a permanent scar. Like a tattoo, not plastic surgery. Huh?
Somebody probably got a Bible verse or something.
Mm-hmm. It could be a religious insignia that's tattooed on them, or a Nazi symbol. Something that's tattooed on them somewhere.
Or the stage from CPAC. The stage from CPAC. Tattooed on their butt. Well, thank you guys for joining me. Autumn, thank you so much for joining us. If you guys have not checked out Autumn, her channel is Black and Orange Tarot. She is live every day at noon Central Time. Thank you to all the super chatters and the moderators. Next week we'll be on Melania's channel. That would be Becca from House of Lenormand. Same time. And we'll try to pop on sometime during the week too, I'm sure.
Thank you.
Got any other updates?
Don't call me Melania. I'm not an airhead bimbo. Nice. I like animals. Look. Like I'm not a bad person.
We'll be on Bubby's channel. We'll knock on the door before we come in.
That's the way.
Well, thank you, everybody, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Thank you.